Hey, what's up, guys? As you know, Lights Out only continues to get more consistent, more big, and of course, more opportunities. So big shout out to the sponsor of today's podcast, Nyte. You can find Nyte on Twitter. I encourage you to give that man a follow. He's got a lot of good plans for us, and with some support from our fans like yourselves, it will go a long way. So drop him a follow on Twitter. Link will be in the description and on the screen, and enjoy today's podcast. What's going on, everybody? It's hopefully one of your favorite times of the week because we are here for Lights Out episode number 15. Lights in. Cosmos is out. And you know what's crazy about this light? I mic tested with Cosmos last night. Sounded amazing. Sounded sensational to the point where it's so unbelievable. He was like, well, I don't want anybody to believe it, so he decided not to show up.
It's unbelievable. It's like you can't hear him because he's not here. Guess what, guys? He's fired. We should really get on that.
We will certainly have some conversations for sure. But our friend Cosmos, in truth, he's actually apparently stuck in traffic in Mexico. He said he went out to get some food. He said Taco Bell or something like that. And then he said coming back, apparently there's like some huge parade going on. They're celebrating something. So I don't know what's going down over there. Maybe their 4th of July came a little bit early, but that is the current updated status on Cosmos for you guys who are wondering, well, where the heck is this guy?
To get food, I'm holding a grudge.
He's holding a slight grudge, yes. But listen, the show must go on. We have a banger episode today, obviously, proudly presented by Metafy. Make sure you guys check out the link below if you're watching on stream or YouTube. You can see our exclusive Metafy episodes. We're going to be starting season number 2 very shortly, and we got some banger guests lined up. Trust me on that. And of course, for my YouTube viewers, make sure you are liking the videos, dropping those comments, and of course, subscribe because we're trying to get to 100K by the end of the year, and we can't do it without your help. And we put out some good ass content. So thanks everybody for supporting that. And for today's episode, man, are you excited? I'm excited. Coney will be on the program. My fellow LG member popping off. How you feeling?
I have a lot to talk about with Coney today. I think he is just a bundle of information. And the fact that you two are on the same team now is also really cool. Like I said before in an earlier podcast, you are the type of person who wants a team that allows you to basically use your creative ideas. And we already all know that Coney's a very creative person as well. Yep. So that's going to be really cool seeing you guys talk about that. Before we get Coney on the podcast, you think you want to go over CEO first? Because I think that is the...
I definitely think we need to talk about CEO. And the craziest thing about CEO, not even necessarily like the Smash portion, that Street Fighter event was so lit. Oh my God. Like, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll feed the Smash nerds first. So if you don't know what happened, Dabuz won the event with a pop-off that I got to credit Dabuz to was actually kind of on point. It wasn't cringe. You know what I'm saying? It was like right on the money of just like, I can't believe I did it, but I did do it. And now I'm going to celebrate that. Show me, just being jovial with it. You know what I'm saying? Without going over the top. He didn't grab no dolls or nothing. He didn't run in the crowd and just kiss somebody randomly. That'll get you canceled. He just celebrated like the champ he is. So congratulations to Dabuz, the CEO champion. Any surprises for you, Light?
Bro, Dabuz winning was not a surprise to me. Fun fact, I thought he was going to win the moment I saw that top 8. I know Yara was there and people were very scared because, Japanese player and Yara is really good. He's the best Samus in the world, or at least in my opinion right now. But I just didn't see him. I don't even think did he fight Dabuz?
He did fight Dabuz in winners.
One of the winners, right?
In winners.
Yeah. I did not see him beating Dabuz. I did not see Riddles beating Dabuz either. Not because Riddles couldn't do it, but Riddles obviously had his attention focused on Street Fighter recently. Now, I think that was a very interesting topic. Riddles was the most fascinating thing that happened to me, happened in my mind, that event, because Riddles played Smash with the mindset that he did not care. It was very clear to see that. That works in good ways and bad ways, because when you don't care, you are able to play in a very casual way where you're not really overthinking things. You're not really worried about misinputting. You just really don't care. So he's able to play consistently at a good level, but he will never be able to push himself to his best, you know? So he's playing at an overall good, but not at his best, Which is why I think we saw him beat Yara, someone who recently destroyed him back in Japan, because he probably wasn't overthinking it. He probably did not care at all. He was moving. He hit one of the sickest combos on Yara. I don't know if you saw him. He hit him while he was dropping below the Smashville platform.
Yeah, I was
It
watching.
popped him back. It was so sick, bro. I literally popped off at my house watching that for Kazuya. Me popping off for Kazuya is wild. It's because that character is lame as fuck. But yeah, so he played with the mindset he didn't care, so playing really good. But I think Dabuz is someone you have to play very on point to just like be at all levels of the game. Dabuz used to be known as someone as like sort of a gatekeeper that like if you didn't play at a certain like level, you were never gonna beat him. And I think that's a lot of what we saw right there, and that's why Dabuz ended up taking it. Riddles obviously being very happy for them being on the same team, but Dabuz taking one of his like only big events in this game, I know that meant a lot for him.
Yeah, for sure. Like, obviously, like, we know Dabuz has just been, like, such a strong presence in veteran since Brawl. Like, he's got plenty of wins under his belt. But, yeah, hasn't had the same level of accomplishments in Ultimate. And that's because just it's almost like the NBA. As the years go on and the eras shift, like, the talent just gets harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are out here to game. So, for Dabuz to win that big time, I was a little worried for him, too, because Riddles whooped his ass that first set of Grand Finals. Got that clean 3-0 reset. I said, oh, Lord, he's in trouble. Won the first game, too. I was of the second set. I was like, oh, Lord. But then Dabuz, like, something clicked in his head. He said, nah, I'm done with this shit. He said, take your ass back to Street Fighter, okay? Do that Luke celebration in another game. It ain't happening here. And Dabuz got the win, and it was sensational. So congrats to Dabuz on that. Top 8 also kind of absent in that top 8 again. We're kind of seeing a little bit of a, I don't want to say like a fall off to be disrespectful, but no MUTEACE in that top 8. Somebody I think a lot of people certainly had pegged
Was
to
he
make
there?
it. Mute was there.
What?
Yeah. So
I didn't even know he was there. I thought he was a no-show.
he ain't show up in bracket. I love Mute, but what the hell happened, bro? He lost to Chunky Kong, I think, in losers.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that is funny as hell. Like when a bunch of top players do bad, we all come together and we do that thing where we're like, that event didn't happen. This event didn't happen. But like Mute's just doing that by himself, bro.
Mute is having a few problems. I mean, just having those really strong peaks at the beginning of the year, but inconsistency certainly plaguing our friend throughout these brackets. And I think honestly, I thought Mute losing to Chunky was actually the catalyst that helped ESAM get to top 8 because ESAM beat Chunky. Should be a very favorable matchup for Pikachu for sure. Especially if the character is in fact busted. So that kind of worked out really nicely. But man, that definitely kind of caught me off guard for sure out of all the people. And two, it being a Florida event, Cola not showing up for that. I guess Cola really is on like just hiatus.
Well, Cola's not from Florida, but I mean,
he's from. I mean, it's a southern event. It's a hop and a skip to get there.
It's close enough that he should be going. I honestly could not tell you what is going on with Cola. I think he's on break. Again, this is just another factor. I think everybody's taking some sort of hit from just losing all those opportunities we lost back in December, and it really is sad to see. But I mean, a lot of people are having motivation. Some people are showing up. And some people probably aren't practicing prior, and then they're getting hit with reality that there are still players out there that are practicing. There are players out there who don't really care about what happened and are still practicing, and that's just, they're going to sneak up on you because they're doing it and you're not, Yeah. That might be what we'd be seeing with MUTEACE, but MUTEACE has a lot of factors. MUTEACE sometimes has a weak mentality. MUTEACE also has hand problems. So you never know what it is with him. I just hope he picks it back up soon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a really big fan of Mute, and I want to see some good Peach representation on a consistent level. We haven't gotten that since like the older era of Smash Ultimate with like Sam Sora just top 8ing everything and botting people consistently. So I think MUTEACE definitely has that potential, but it's all about the consistency. So maybe like a small intermediate break would help, but either way, Mute, we're rooting for you for sure. Cola, we want to see you come back. And Aaron, based off your tweets, I guess content's your future because this guy hates. Two of your members on Moist, by the way, just seem to detest the game right now. Or maybe Cole is more so the community, but Aaron hates the game. I think it's more so Steve, but like the way he brings out that rage and salt tweets sometimes is so comical to me. Aaron's a funny dude.
It's getting to the point where I message Charlie once a day, like, just a reminder, I like it here. I am enjoying myself. Top player.
Top player enjoying themselves doing things. Now we're talking about top players, but we can't just talk about top players in Smash though, like, because CEO did have another amazing event. They do have a lot of events scattered throughout, a lot of good championship belts to win, but the main event, Street Fighter, was amazing. Shouts to Riddles for getting 25th out of over 1,000 entrants. I don't think people really put into perspective how difficult that is. Completely switching over from Smash to Street Fighter, grinding within that short amount of time, and then placing that within that threshold is insanity. And I have to admit, I doubted it a little bit. I said, all right, I mean, you'll be able to do all right. I didn't see this coming. I think Riddles is the real deal, and I think his tweet about saying he's going to focus more on Street Fighter than Smash is very justifiable, especially when you look at those prize pools.
Yeah, man. You know what that made me think of? Before we get into Riddles, because I actually do want to talk a lot about Riddles, but it kind of made me think, how would Void do at one of these events? Like...
Well, he did start playing Street Fighter again. He started playing again yesterday.
And I remember watching Void versus Riddles, and Riddles like at first was kind of getting bodied. Riddles had like some adaptation moments, but I would love to see Void. Watching Void compete in all games, I'm sure you could relate. It's just really cool. But moving back into Riddles, I was very impressed with that. Seeing him get 25th was so sick at the first Street Fighter Major. I know that is a huge like morale booster for him because that's probably not what he was expecting at all. And I really look forward to seeing him in a lot more of these events. It's always nice to see someone from Smash do good at other games. I will always say this. I think it is easier for a Smash player to transfer over to other games than the other way around because Smash is just a whole different world. We've seen other people enter Smash tournaments that were from the FGC community and not even getting results like the results that Riddles just got. So I am very happy to see that, and I can't wait to see him at more events.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think, Riddles is he's somebody who you just kind of believe in, right? Because, and it's crazy, his viewership is higher like for Street Fighter than Smash. I saw like the other week, which I thought was pretty nuts. And then you mentioned Void, right? Here's why I'm excited for Void. And Void's going to EVO. Remember what Void did at his last EVO for a different game?
Won.
Yeah, for a different game. Him and the cat won Multiverses doubles. Like they won the main event of Multiverses. It was insanity. So EVO champion Void will be trying to make some waves in another game. And I tell you, it's hard to bet against that kid. So I'm super excited.
Are you going to EVO?
Me? Yeah, I mean, it's like a 4-hour drive. Me, Bam, Charles, and Rod were thinking about like splitting getting a room or something like that. So I think we're actually going to make the trip.
I might go to EVO then. I mean,
you want to pull
if
up?
I get to watch, I'm pretty sure Riddles is going to go there. If I get to watch like Riddles and because there's not usually a lot of games that I'm interested in, but I'm actually super interested in Street Fighter. It's so fun to watch. So if I get to watch Riddles and Void compete and then see all the other top players there, I would thoroughly enjoy going. On top of that, I get to spend money gambling. We all know I have an addiction, guys. Yeah. In Vegas.
You even have like the gambler's hat on right now, like the the visor. Like that's definitely the classic.
It's just a hat for people with too much hair. I can't wear what you got on. Not only would I look like Caillou, you can't see my hair. It won't fit.
Caillou? Who was that?
Caillou?
Yeah.
Little white bald kid for kids at the TV show. I got so much to do. I'm Caillou. You're too old. That's what it is.
Caillou.
You don't know Caillou, bro?
Oh wait, God. No, you idiot. That's Little Bill. You're thinking of Bill.
No. Who? What? Bill?
Little Bill. Ain't that
Bill? Bro, that's a little black boy. Who that?
Well, hold on. You're calling me a little white boy?
No, I said I would look like Caillou if I wore a normal hat.
Oh, you. Yeah.
Not everything's about you, Phil.
But I'm not sure who this Caillou fella is.
Bro, are you serious?
All right, well, you know what? We'll look it up later. We're getting off track. Bottom line is CEO was a cool event to watch, whether you're a Smash fan or a Street Fighter fan or any of the other titles that grace the presence. But we will revisit CEO because we do actually want to bring on our guest, Mr. Coney. Let me just ping him here. Hop in. Let me just ping him right here. See if I can get him to just jump in because I want to kind of compare CEO of this year and last. And I think you'll know where I'm going with this. Any fellas in the building?
Not the fellas.
What's good, y'all?
Coney. My man.
Hi, how's it going? What do you want? You want me to go? Hey, fellas, how's it going? Well, the podcast.
That's
Can't wait.
exactly what I want.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. No, I'm a grown man. What's up?
No, you're not. Can I ask you something real quick? Do you know who
Yeah, what's up?
Caillou is?
Oh, dude, yeah, I was listening. No, so I know who Caillou is, but EE's right. Lil Bill was our Caillou.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank
He's
okay.
right. He's right. Yeah, I wasn't a Caillou guy because we're both too old, but I think it's like the same kind of thing.
Okay, I didn't really watch Caillou either, but you know, it's my generation, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So how you doing?
You're a young buck over here. Well, talk to us,
Busy,
Zach. How
dude.
are you doing, brother?
Oh my god, I'm so busy. So we're moving into a new place, selling this one. Moving is always way harder than you remember. And especially with a kid. It's a mess, but things are going well. Dude, I'm eating between Street Fighter and Pikmin, and like there's just a lot of stuff that I'm into. And I love Street Fighter. I heard you guys talk about going to Evo. I might see y'all there. I'm trying to get there.
Let's go.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Light, you specifically, I haven't seen in a long ass time, dude.
Yeah, we saw each other recently. We saw each other at Crown.
Oh yeah, you were at Crown. Never mind. I forgot about that event. That feels like a year ago to me.
Yeah, man. Like I said, when you don't top 8 something, you weren't there. It didn't happen.
That's true. Yeah,
You know, matter of fact, I think I remember throwing a tantrum right next to you.
I remember that. No, now I remember. Now,
Did you really?
I actually,
What?
yes, actually, I
like
think
a real
that's
tantrum.
true. Like if he's not in the top 8, all other like thoughts of him being in that tournament evaporates because it's like, all right, well, if he was here, he would have been top 8, but he wasn't because he's bad. Yeah.
You know what it is? Nah, it's because I'm usually the one saving top 8s because it's usually Steve and Kazuya and a bunch of other lame characters. That top 8 was pretty hype though, admittedly. We had like Wolf and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, we got lucky to get Jackal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Moving out of Crown though, you talked about how you're eating because you just have a lot of interest. That must be so nice when you're a content creator who actually like is interested in all these things because it just motivates you to want to do more stuff with it, you know?
Actually, for me, it's kind of the opposite. As weird as that
Really?
sounds. Yeah, because if there's stuff like content on Twitch, at least on my platform, like gameplay doesn't work. Like games, like if I play video games, the viewership drops, right? That's just how Twitch is. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But like when there are games I want to play, it's like, damn, I could come up with these ideas for streams of these creative concepts, but I kind of just want to grind DJ. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of want to play this game. So it's a little different as opposed to like if there's a big drought, I'm like, all right, well, I want to do cool shit for stream, and there's nothing else I'm doing, so let me come up with these ideas. So actually, it works like opposite of what you would think, but it all depends on the game, right? Like Pikmin will be good because that's a big Nintendo game, and that works sort of in our content space. Yeah. But like if I was really into Final Fantasy 16, you know what I mean, and I went live with that, there's no way to make that interesting. It would be bad. So.
Thank you, because Final Fantasy is mid.
Oh God.
It's a mid
Finally,
franchise
someone says
with
it.
some mid fans and some mid stories.
I'm not even gonna defend it because like I think it's good, but I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan enough to actually care about that. So I'll just take your side for this one.
Wait, Coney, I have a question. Okay, so
yeah, what's up?
Okay, obviously, big Nintendo guy here. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, I love the big N. I'm a big N. You know the vibes. But let's just say that I've never played a Pikmin game. And when I say let's just say that, I mean I haven't played a Pikmin game. Sell me right now on Pikmin 4. Why should I want to play this game?
If I had to sell you on it, you're not gonna like it, bro. It's one of those things you got to go into with an open mind and a free heart. Just like open your heart to the world of this whimsical nature sphere and the world of Pikmin. It's fantastic, dude. There's no game like you've played Pikmin, right?
I did, but I never got into it. Not because I didn't like it. It was more because when I was a child, Pikmin scared me.
What?
I kind of feel that actually. They're kind of scary, dude.
You like die there's like those big monsters that just eat you, and I'm like, I'm traumatized.
Yeah, that game is brutal. Like I think when people see the game, they're like, oh, it's a cute farming kind of thing. I get to like be cozy or whatever. But the game is about like cruelty in nature. It's just like, yeah, things eat other things, and you send your little guys out there, and they just die, and you can't do anything about it. Like you're expected to take losses. It's a fucked up game. I love that game.
Bro, it's like, did you play Majora's Mask?
Yes, it's pretty good.
I never beat that game. I love Zelda games. I never beat that game either. I think I just never faced like my childhood trauma of video games just scarring me.
You sound like a scary. I see why you were stuck on Star Fox. That series is very cheerful.
All
Let's play.
aircraft report.
Yeah,
Just
I see
all
why you're
happy.
into that.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Do you know about Bill?
Yeah.
Has he told you about Bill?
Yeah, Little Bill.
Whoa.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Little Bill, yeah,
Little Bill.
that Bill. When we were at Crown, Light gave me this whole spiel for like 30 minutes on Bill, the StarCraft character, who's
Oh, okay,
StarCraft?
never mind.
he's like, oh my bad, Starfire. He's like a dog who shows up in one cutscene, and he was telling me all about it. I'm like, what the, huh? What is this?
It was based around the fact that I'm one of the few like Fox players who was actually like a diehard fan for Star Fox, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one guy, yeah.
I did like Star Fox. I played Star Fox Adventures. That was sensational. That was a great game.
How long?
Oh,
did
I
you
forgot
two
you're a
just-
Caitlyn guy, yeah.
Caitlyn? Who the hell's Caitlyn?
That's Caitlyn, right?
You mean
that her name?
Crystal?
Oh, my bad.
You
You're
savage?
Crystal. That's
Yeah,
on
man.
me, bro. That's
Yeah,
on me.
man.
I feel a little offended now. So
Yeah.
it wasn't long ago that you two both got announced for LG.
LG.
So that's pretty big. You two
Sure.
have never been on the same team before, right?
Almost
No.
once. Almost once. So I want to tell this story. So this was like before the pandemic, and Smash Ultimate was kind of like at its height. And there was this plan from VG Bootcamp to get me, Coney, and TK on the same team, okay?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember this? Do you remember this? And
I forgot.
The thing that was so wrong with this plan was like, we liked going to Xanadu, but at that point we hadn't committed to going every single week anymore. We all had other things going on. And since they moved, it was a little bit more of a hike for some of us. But their plan was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We need you guys to show up every single week, okay, for Melee and Ultimate, okay, and commentate all of the top 8s. And I was like, okay, what's your offer? And I'm just going to say this now because it's who cares at this point. Their offer was not the greatest thing. And then on top of that, they were like, oh, by the way, you can't work for the competition, so no summits. I was like, huh. I'm sorry. So that deal kind of just stayed on the table, and we were like, well, I'll see you at Glitch.
Yeah, I mean, things were pretty. I don't know why I'm getting all delayed on the thing. It was pretty bad. It was not a great offer, but it was one of those things where it was like, we're friends. I'm trying to help you out. We're homies, whatever. But we were like, we got to show up and do top 8s for Melee and Ultimate. So that's like 6 to 8 hours a week, every week, right? Like, let's say, let's be conservative. 6 times 4, that's 24 hours a month that we got, and not considering driving, right? Because we got to get to the area. It was a tough spot to be in. Yeah.
Bro, the only opportunity. How long ago was this?
I want to say like a year and a half, maybe before COVID became a thing. Wasn't too long, right?
Probably like 20. I think it was at the beginning of Ultimate because the idea was
Okay.
like, Ultimate's just popping off. Like, let's lock this in. And like, to their credit, like, it's not a bad idea because what they were trying to do is recapture the magic of that PM Smash 4 time. But like, we were kind of past locals at that point. Like, the local vibe was just different,
Yeah, especially like beginning of Ultimate. That's a time of a lot of opportunity. And I think Summit is the last thing you would want to be missing. That is actually insane. You guys have been at every Summit too, right?
Not me.
Really?
Yeah, I think TK and EE were. I was passed up on the first one because they wanted to go more like they wanted to go for this like Clashing of Worlds thing. So they hired Melee guys. I think they got Chillin, Hugs, and maybe Vish.
We got
It was
Vish, yeah.
Vish. They were the brown
yeah.
plague. It's horrible.
Which actually I didn't think it was bad because to me Ultimate was about like, this is the new game. Let's get Melee people interested. Let's try to get some like up the vibes. Collect the communities. I thought that was sick. That was fine. I didn't get offended by it, but I figured that Melee probably wouldn't stick around for long. And then the next one I got called, so I did all of them except the first one.
Yeah, and when I say it was horrible, I'm not talking about the name, the brown plague, not the working experience. I loved working with Vish and Chillin. It was great. But it's kind of funny, like, you weren't there, Tweak wasn't there. Like, it was interesting because I guess they were kind of just getting into the space, so maybe they didn't know every single thing. But obviously, it would have never become like something that we'd all attend. Like, actually, it's fun. Besides staff, fun fact: only me, TK, and MK Leo have been to all 6 Ultimate Summits. That's it.
Damn,
Yep.
Crazy.
6 for 6, boys. It's kind of crazy.
it's unbelievable. Wow, and now nobody can, now
Never
that's
go
it.
again.
It's all wrapped up. Yeah.
Well, now
we're all
hold on.
done.
Now Ludwig might have saved them. Now didn't they? Didn't they acquire the team in the space or something like that?
Oh,
That's what I heard, right?
yeah. That's true.
So maybe something there. I mean, Scuff World Tour was, a success. So, and I know Ludwig has like a melee event coming up, I think next weekend or something like that. So I don't think
LACS,
I don't think the business of like good big invitationals is out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not a true summit capacity, still have some summit elements, which I think is good because I personally love invitationals more than anything. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Oh, it's a great time, especially Summit where you just get to senselessly grind the entire time. And I think the best part about Summit, which, Melee players like to talk shit about, is when we do actually get to relax, it's really cool being on the couch and just talking to a bunch of people who were honestly either too busy or in our own groups to be talking to each other otherwise. Like Coney, you're usually like with like other commentators or like in the hotel room when you're not commentating, you're always doing your own thing. So like me and you, we talk a lot, for example, at Summit. We're always chilling, watching sets
Dude,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
It's really cool, I was gonna say, obviously content's your whole thing now, so you're always coming up with ideas. I don't know your contract or what happened in your talks with LG, but
Sure.
I'm assuming the way you worked with Panda Global, you probably have some type of interest in like working with your team in that regard.
Yeah, so I saw some people speculating because like Luminosity is now teasing like there's going to be a YouTube channel and stuff. I saw people saying like, oh, is it going to be another Panda thing? I thought I made this clear on my stream, but I'm not really as involved as I was with Panda. When it came to Panda, that was like me and Josh's baby. Like Josh, formerly at Panda, now at Liquid. Like the team, Alan, he put a YouTube channel in front of us and he was like, hey, this thing only gets views for PGR. Build this up. And we were like, all right, sick. And we came up with a bunch of ideas and we built it up. When it comes to LG, I kind of talked to them and I was like, hey, I don't really want to be that involved with the creative. I just want to be talent because, like, and I could, like, I could consult and I could come up with some stuff, but, like, I don't want to do the same thing that I did for Panda because, like, honestly, man, the Panda vibe isn't gonna work on LG. Like Panda's vibe, like Panda didn't hire winners; they hired clowns, which is fine. They were good clowns, right? They were like clowns who could win. You know what I mean? Like exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we love Mars, but like and like he's amazing. He's a great player, but like he's good on camera, which is what his value was. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not hired because he wins everything. ESAM isn't hired because he wins everything. It's like some teams will do that. TSM is big on winners, right?
Yeah.
Panda isn't really like that. LG has now built this elite squad of like Leo, Tweak, Meister, Big D. And like those are all great players, but they're not content creators especially. You know what I mean? That's not what they are first. Yeah. Exactly. So like I don't want to like my ideas aren't going to work for that cuz my stuff's mostly like shit posting and casual content. Like what the fuck do I look like telling Tweak and Leo like, "Hey, try to get the silliest spike you can." They don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same.
I'll tell you what, you pass that joint around one time, you might be able to get Leo involved, but we're not gonna go that far into that one. But I think that's perfect, Coney, because it really sets me up to say what I want to say too. And this goes out to you, gyms, who are DMing me or adding me. We are not Panda 2.0. That is not the purpose of LG.
No.
It's not to pick the bones or the carcass or fill the void that Panda left. Okay, that is not the purpose. Okay, we have a lot of awesome content planned, which is something I'm excited about. Like me and Coney will be at Get On My Level, Gommel. You know what I'm saying? We got some cool stuff planned for that event too. But I think there's like this really bad assumption that like, oh man, Panda's back in the form of LG. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be a different vibe. And that's the way we want it. We want it to be a different vibe because what Panda did was great on their own. A lot of you idiots were involved in getting rid of them. But nonetheless, it's all good. We rebuild, we regrow, and we find ourselves here a year removed actually pretty much to the day, Coney, of the first Panda Cup event, which was at the last year's CEO. Kind of compared to what happened at this CEO. I didn't have any interest in going just because, like, me personally, I was just like, man, I really, and I'm not trying to like tug at your heartstrings or get you to open up about this or anything, but
sure.
I mean, from your point of view, man, like kind of like a year since everything is, what you saw was the vision, and then like where it's ended up. Like, what are your kind of thoughts about it, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah. No. I actually it's funny because I just had a meeting with the guy that runs SmashCon yesterday. We had lunch. I love that guy, Justin.
Oh, Justin's
and we were
great.
talking.
Yep.
Yeah, I love him to death. And we were talking about his plans for SmashCon. I was so sad because I was largely involved in what the Panda Cup like. I wasn't the logistics guy. I was very much the idea guy. So I would pitch a lot of things and be like, "Hey, somebody else figure this out," which is an easy job to have. I'm not trying to say that like I was instrumental in this because really the people making the stuff happen are the real heroes, right? But I really wanted the Panda Cup finale, which was in LA, to have a big different feel, because if you look back at the history of Smash tournaments, like a lot of them kind of feel the same, right? Like there's legacy and there's something to be said for that, but I wanted something different. I wanted a feeling that felt unique. The Panda Cup finale, it was supposed to be like, so SmashCon feels like a convention, like an event, a celebration of Smash. Smash and Splash Riptide were a water park tournament. That's the idea. Panda Cup finale, I wanted to feel like a carnival, like a festival. We were in LA. We had the foot traffic of all the people at the LA Convention Center. You could go inside to watch the Smash Brothers matches, or you could hang out outside and win these Nintendo prizes, plushes, stuff like that, play games against top players. Can you take one stock from the best player in the world? Just like little carnival side games like that, win a prize, whatever. And I wanted that to feel like its own thing, not like the other events. So like looking back, like it's really sad to think that like what could have been in that regard, because like we had a sick team, man. Like the Panda team was genuinely mega talented, top to bottom.
It's so good.
And it's
Bobby,
just,
Josh, you like
Keith, dude. Keith is amazing.
Yeah.
Keith could make something for you like that. Like Keith was so fast on that stuff. So
Yeah, and you're just talking about the attractions outside of the tournament itself, which
Exactly,
is wild to think about, because for competitors like myself, there was so much incentive there too, and there was so much future promise. I said it once and I'll say it again, myself included in the rest of the community, or a big part of the community, should be very guilty for, we definitely jumped the gun on like the hate towards PG, and I'm very regretful for that, because look at what we're left with now, obviously. But it's just really sad to see it go, or just see all those opportunities just disappear like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't want to say what should or shouldn't happen, because obviously I'm biased in my own, like, I loved the team, and you know what I mean. I don't want to speak out for like whatever happened. I don't know, shitty situation.
Do you see a world where there could be another circuit? Like, not like, obviously not like, another Panda circuit, but just in general, like, do you think this game has the pull to maybe get another circuit going, or do you think it's going to take like, another Smash title coming out in the next 1 or 2 years?
I think it would have to be a new game, but I think it would have to be, I don't think it'll happen. I don't like, I think the community is too distrustful, and rightfully so. I get it. The community's been burned so much that I don't think that rupture between us and Daddy could ever be fixed.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But maybe that's just my own. It's hard to say, man. Who knows? Because I thought this was happening. It was all good, and we got told everything was great, and then the shit comes from on high that stuff wasn't as good as we thought. So we were all blindsided. Made no sense.
Yeah. Honestly, that's all that's really to be said about that subject. It's a very sad thing. We can only hope that Smash rises again in the future. Like we said, Smash, the community itself will always be there. We'll always be able to go to events. There are always events happening all the time. But for that future opportunity, or like what keeps people going, pays the bills, and not just has like 3 players actually having a job about that.
Sure.
We have to wait for the future to see that.
There you go. Now, let's shift gears to something a little more comical, a little more entertaining. Now, some people would argue, folks, that I know a thing or two about career suicide. I would disagree, because I'm still here, alive and kicking. All right, but
somehow.
Don't ask me how, but somehow.
How does he do it?
How does he do it? He just keeps escaping. But I'll tell you what, somebody that couldn't escape a lot of backlash, and this was hilarious. I'm sure you guys saw this on Twitter. Dr. Black Guy Gamer, I think is the name.
Oh, BGG. Yeah.
Commentator from Florida, I believe. And I'm not sure if he was hired for CEO or not, but he had a lot of disdain for Dara. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet.
I did.
Oh my God. Those tweets, like, he starts off with like, hey, basically he says that Dara is a diversity hire, which is just fucked up to say. That's really messed up to say about anybody, okay? You can say it about me because I don't care, because sometimes it still gets you paid. But not about Dara. Yeah, not about Dara. I thought that was messed up. And then he obviously it gets a lot of traction, a lot of responses. And then he edits over like a scene from Dragon Ball Z where they're about to like take down Cell. And he's like in the middle of doing it. You guys got to see that. I'll link it in the description on the YouTube.
No, dude, that video is wild because in the beginning, he's like, you got to speak clearly. You stutter over your words. I can't understand you. And then he tried to say specifically, and he kept saying suspifically. And he did it one time, and it's like, oh, okay, he made a mistake. This was in one take. And then he said it again. He said suspifically. And I'm like, okay, this is hold on. We got to retake this, bro, from the top. Start it over.
Is blood serious right now?
Cut the mic, dude.
Bro.
He's a one-take Andy, and you shouldn't be a one-take Andy when you're trying to make it clear that talking and how you, present yourself with your words is the most important factor for commentary. And I'm just sitting here like, nigga, what are you doing?
Yeah, I get what he was trying to go for, right? He's saying that I get his argument, but yeah, I think if you're gonna come at somebody for not being clear on comms and then mispronounce a word not once but twice and in the same way both times,
yeah,
oh, that's tough. That's a hard spot to be in.
Maybe he just think that's how the word is pronounced.
Suspifically.
I don't know. It must be from Dade County, Florida. Then I don't know what's going on down there, but it is a wild situation because like as a caster, and you can speak for this, Coney, like we welcome like what I'm saying, criticism if you have some that's constructive. That's not really a big deal, even though we're fucking amazing either way. But we still welcome it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the craziest thing too is like you'll recall last CEO, I remember talking to him for like 10, 15 minutes about like, hey, what's it gonna take to, he's like asking me like, what's it gonna take to get me in commentary, and how do I get hired for these events? I think I'm really good. And I'm like, hey, I mean, you got to do something to set yourself apart. I didn't mean this, brother. This was not what I was referring to.
You're set apart now. Yeah. I mean, people know you now.
You on an island on your own on that one. And I feel bad because I really do think he just, at some point, maybe just hit a boiling point. You really just feel like, man, like this is my region. I should be on that mic for that top 24. But Dara, whether, you're a fan of Dara's commentary or not, the resume is there and it's pretty respectable in the Smash space for sure. And honestly, like just going around attacking people ain't gonna get you shit, bruh. And maybe you don't care, and that's why you said it. But I think you might have just.
Well, it's tough because like I had that talk with him too at CEO, and we talked, and it's like one of the things that I told him is like, honestly, it in terms of new age casters, I've talked with both of you guys about this at summits. I don't know what you do. Because, like, if I came up or if EE came up now, would we be able to get to top 8s? I don't know. Maybe.
It'd be hard.
But it's different now, and I can understand, like, not to excuse anything, but I can understand the frustration of being like, what the fuck do I have to do to actually, like, progress and to make it? Because it's not really a meritocracy for the most part.
Yeah.
I obviously, I think attacking colleagues and peers is probably a bridge too far. Especially as specifically as I didn't mean to do that as pointed as it was. But yeah, I don't know. It was, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that.
I thought it was just being good Coney cleverness.
No. I was not trying to be quick. I swear.
Oh, okay.
Wait. You gotta take another take.
Not that far. Yeah, I got roll it back.
Take notes.
No. I'm saying like, it's like that genuinely wasn't a thing.
No,
I feel like it's like, it's really hard as a caster right now, like exceptionally difficult. And I think you see that boiling over in a lot of like, even if it's not happening in public, I think a lot of casters have these kind of like thoughts or feelings and they talk amongst themselves like frustrations. The point is that though, you gotta just like, you gotta hold the L, dude. It's part of the game,
Weird too, because if you TK, there's like a good 5 of you that if you show up, there's no reason you shouldn't be getting the positions you're looking for. but it's also we're hitting a point where it probably isn't terrible to get what they want out of commentary right now because top commentators are taking different interests. Again, the game's in a rough spot right now, and top commentators are going to less events. So people who are truly going out there and like farming these events, like getting commentary position at like 1, 2, 3 events, it definitely does set up their resume to probably get more when a big event does happen. Probably not top 8, but definitely more or good positions.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, I think what it comes down for, like, obviously, like, Coney, you could not commentate another event in your lifetime, and you've positioned yourself really well. And that's kind of like the goal that I think a lot of us have now. That's why me, Light, and Cosmos, when he shows up, decided that we were going to try and start a podcast to kind of bridge into, like, a new level of content. You know what I mean? Because you kind of got to start to do something to secure more of a future. Now, for you, do you feel like you've kind of gotten to the point where it's just like Smash is essentially becoming an afterthought and it's just all about like the content you produce? Or is it still very much so like a priority in your life?
I want to call it an afterthought. It's one of those things that like the game is 4 years old, 5 years old. I kind of checked out competing and like playing myself after like a year. I still love top level play, right? I'm always going to love watching it because I feel that passion for the game. But like I'm at a stage in my life where a lot of the events are on the West Coast. That's 2 extra days on top of like a weekend, you know? So it's like going out there isn't just 3 days, it's 5 days. And with rates being what they are in Smash, 5 days for the rates just aren't, it's not
Tell
really
them the
hitting
rates,
the same.
Coney. It starts with a T and it ends with an H. Trash!
It depends on what it is.
Depends
right?
on the event. Depends on it. We'll be at SmashCon.
Like, yeah. Basically, well, that's the thing is like I'm going to like. I told Justin this too yesterday. I'll work SmashCon for free, literally, because it's an hour away from me. I like Justin. I don't expect like I'll trust him. Like if there's money in the budget, hire me. But I'm happy, dude. Like seriously, Justin's like one of my guys. I'll probably be at Gommel because it's close to me. It's like 2 hours away. Yep. But yeah, it depends on the event, I think, because like, and I've said this before, it's one of those things too. I'm not trying to gatekeep other spots either. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not there, that means they can hire an up and comer that will, you know, sort of do a great job, and they get their name out there, and it's another spot that can be opened up for somebody else. You know, so if I could just stay home and everybody wins, that's kind of the play.
Yeah, I'd have to have some serious like dislike for you to try and gatekeep you. Like, I mean, there was that one guy I couldn't stand in the Midwest, little freaking arrogant jackass who told me I couldn't wear a hoodie on commentary for one Smash Splash. What was his name?
Was that
like a politician?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Bot or something? Wing?
No.
Nightwing.
I know.
I think it was Nightwing.
It was Nightwing. I was cool with Nightwing. Him and I had good interaction, so I'm not trying to be toxic. I don't know what he did to you.
Oh, we're trying to present an image. Nigga, that guy's in a bathing suit. It's a smashing splat. What are you talking image? Man, if you don't get your goofy ass out of here.
Got all out of this shit.
No, he's actually right, because at that first Smash and Splash, I was like tank top, sunglasses, lays, like I was actually ready to go, and he... All right, that's a little much. I know what you're talking about now. I think I remember that.
I'm glad somebody understands. See, so every now and then we do have to vent our frustrations. It comes out. Comes out, but you know, it's...
But no, I think you're right. Like, I think you're right about gatekeeping, because like, if I'm being honest, dude, we want new talent to come up.
Please.
Seriously. Like, we want new people to... Because, like, we got new players. Like,
Keyword talent,
them, right? Like, we got... Well, yeah.
I'm dying. I got like a year left to live.
Well, you better
whenever
pick
this
it up then, bro.
Runs out.
Well, yeah. Better hit up Charlie again, bro. Like, getting nice to him.
Yeah, man. You see how we were just talking about this, how like Cola's not going to events and Aaron's just talking about how he hates the game and wants to do content. I
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Phil I have to remind Charlie once a day, like, hey, I like this game. I'm still pretty good at it. You can call on me whenever.
Absorb those contracts, bro. Just win a couple things and you get that whole budget. That's all you.
Me, I text him, hey, how about a 5-year? You know, something light.
5 years?
Something light. You know?
Send me up till 2030, homeboy. Come on.
My man quits content. He's still paying me, though.
Bro, I think when you get on a team like Moist, like, and this is why I forced you to start doing this with me, like I want you to take advantage of your content. Remember that talk we all had after Scuff World Tour?
Dude.
We went to get ice cream. We were just talking about like the future and what we want to do. And Coney, I remember you said like you believe in Light's ability to create some good ass content.
Dude, no question. Like, you got a unique voice and a great way of expressing yourself and a way of seeing things in a different way and a good perspective. I know you've said before, because I remember this vividly, that you feel like you bounce well off of other people and you don't really know how you do solo, but like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think this podcast is a good step forward for you, because I think you're genuinely one of the most compelling people like in the scene to listen to, because like you're honest, you're candid, but like you're not also like blinded by your own biases, you know? I think you've got a unique voice.
No, I appreciate that. You know, I pick your brain a lot every time I talk to you. I really do care about your opinion. I just don't, again, I don't know how to do the solo stuff, and it's weird because I don't like feeling dependent, but I feel like I need help. I don't know what step to take. I know people tell me the easy route is to just stick to Smash and like get ready for the next game, but I just don't want to be a content creator that like depends on like just one game. That's why I'm very envious of the way you do your content. You know, like how you just said you don't just play a game, you try to keep things creative with new ideas for whatever you're interested in. And I feel like that's something I'm missing, or maybe too scared to do. You know, I think that's a big part of it. I never really say it, but I think I'm just really scared of failure, even though failure is like how you get better at it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. It's especially hard because like the first step of any like putting your face out there is being cringe. Like it's a part of the game, because like you don't have a platform. Why are you trying to act like you have a platform? Wow, you think you're a content creator? You have 5K followers, you fucking dork. Like that's always gonna happen. Like, why are you pretending like you're entertaining? That literally will always happen. Like, I put out a video and I was fucking Wish Ludwig. Like, it's just like that's how it is. That's how the world is. You know what I mean? But you power through it and like you find your voice and you keep presenting something to people. And it's like, oh, this guy's different. This guy's he has something unique.
Yeah.
And I think that you're in a good position because you are unique. I don't think there's anybody that sort of sees the game or sort of the world in the way that you do. So I think you can make it work.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think another thing, like I said with the fear, I know, I acknowledge that I have a lot of peers who are doing content now, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's just like a subconscious thing where I'm like, I have to do like as good as my peers or something like that. But like, it's your own world. I know that, but it's just like something that's like mentally in the back of my mind.
No, it's hard to like to pull yourself away from that. That you feel like you're all in the same sort of sphere, so you should be like because it's competitive. I know you're thinking of it like a competitor. You're thinking of it like
I think everything is a competitor. That's my problem in life.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not a zero-sum game, though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, somebody that views their stuff isn't not going to watch your stuff. Like, some people might have their favorites, right? But it's that two cakes meme. Like, if you're producing content for people, like, I mean, you know, TK just really started the YouTube thing, and he's getting like 10K views a video. Obviously, EE has been doing great with his Lights Out podcast. This didn't exist a year ago. You know what I mean? You just got to do it. Get out of your own head.
Yeah, and like I could tell you this too. Like one of the best things I did, and I regret stopping doing it, is when I started doing that game show thing. Do you know? Like that was getting me some really like solid views, and I was able to pull some really good guests on that. But I stopped doing it because I started getting in my head like, damn, I can't keep coming up with creative shit without realizing I can take it away from just instead. It's do you know? It doesn't have to just be do you know black people, right? So I've like for the last couple of months, I've been writing a lot of questions down for like anime topics and other gaming topics. And, even, do you know Asian people, which Charles will be our special guest question reader for that. Just to make sure that when I do bring it back, it can be consistent and funny and just like on another level that I really think is possible. Cause I'm actually really invested because Coney, like low key, I'm not glazing or anything, but seeing what you've done coming from like the same space that we're in, it's just like, damn, like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gassing myself, but I'm like, why the fuck can't I do that? So that's kind of the goal. That's the mentality you got to have. You know what I'm saying? And, when you got people you can rely on as resources to talk to, it's a pretty damn good feeling.
Yeah. And everybody's got their skill sets. Like you are so much better at networking and like talking to people and like getting yourself out there in that regard at a personal level than like any of us. So like you do that. You're good at that. I'm shitty at that. So like you can like, and we've always talked about that.
Yeah.
That's like, that's a skill that you have to build up and learn. So it's like, I don't know. Everybody's got what they're good at. It's just about pushing your strengths and minimizing your weaknesses.
We are a very encouraging podcast. Do you hear that, chat?
There it is.
Bro, I just like to see my guys win. I think you guys are both exceptionally talented. Just to fucking do it. Let's do it.
I really do appreciate that. I mean, that is one things I'm very happy about being not even just being friends with you guys, or just more so being in the position I'm in. I came into this game where I was, I guess, part of the new generation, or like the ending of like an old generation, which I know you guys aren't cool with like a lot of new generation because you just don't know as much, or it's like a different age group. But I really have gotten the opportunity to pick your guys' brains a lot, and I actually am really thankful for that.
Well, yeah. I was you were saying about how like we got to know each other better at Summit. That's how I like got to know Haz. Because like you were saying, at events I don't really like hang out that much. Like I'll like sometimes I'm kind of doing my own thing. Sometimes I'll just spend a whole day walking around the city. I'm just kind of a loner. But at summits I'm able to like talk with people, engage. Like I don't know, it's a really cool like different kind of vibe. So yeah, it's like being able to talk with people in the scene, especially the new blood, has been super cool.
Smiling about over there.
Oh, I see the chat. I know what he's saying.
That's why I tell people you gotta watch the stream live too, baby. Don't just watch the YouTube. But we appreciate you guys watching the stream, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, or listening to it on Spotify. And this has easily been one of my favorite episodes. And Zach, Coney, I can't thank you enough for taking your time. I know you're a busy man, father, content creator, aspiring new homeowner, whatever's going on over there. So thank you so much for lending us some of your time, your insight, and just some laughs, man. Like I'm really excited to be on the same team as you. I think it's going to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? I know we're going to link up and talk a lot of Gombo too. If we share the same room, I don't snore. So I think you're in a good spot with that. No D Disciples over here. So, I think everything will be okay.
Did he ask you when he was doing the thing? He was like, "Are you okay with sharing a room?" I was like, "Is this like I guess that's like a courteous thing to ask, but like, what the, what the fuck do I look like saying no?" I was just like, "Yeah, of course."
I was like, "Well, am I supposed to say fuck no?" Like, I mean, don't.
Because you know who they know who we're gonna room with. Like, that feels personal at that point. Like,
yeah, come on.
What is happening?
What is this?
Did you get that?
I did. I exited it out. I don't know what that is. I think Cosmos is trying to pop in on the last moments. You're done, kid. You're done.
Yeah, literally. Bro, get out.
No, get out. Get out.
Get out.
Get out. No,
get out.
All right. This is the ending of the episode. Get out.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, Coney, it has been a pleasure having you on the episode. I want to ask real quick, how old is your baby?
My daughter, she's 3.5 now. She's the best. She's gonna be 4 in November. She's a little sweetie petite. Are you going to Gommel?
Oh yeah, I am going to Gommel.
So they might come with me. So you might meet her. Yeah, she's.
Wait, how are we gonna share a room then?
Oh shit.
Hey, I got something to tell you.
My bad. Maybe I am a diva.
I hope that's a pull-out bed.
Yeah, my bad.
Don't even give him the opportunity. Coney, thanks for your time, and we appreciate it again.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks to Light and EE for having me in the podcast. I'll see you guys next time.
See you, Cody.
Bye.
You got some nerve.
You got some nerve.
With your little Demon Slayer shirt on your gym.
Can we believe this guy makes the same amount of money as us?
Hey, but my microphone sounds pretty good, right?
I hate it. It sounds like a bitch is talking out of it.
Oh, you're OD. I wasn't gonna say that. Hold on. I'll give him a chance. Give me a sentence real quick. Let's hear that mic.
All right, so here's what happened. All right, I went to go eat at my favorite food place like at 12 o'clock. So I was planning on being back at 12:50. I wanted to get Hack a drink. So when the check came out, I was like, "Oh, can I get a drink to go?" They're like, "Sure." The drink took 15 minutes. So I was like, "Well, fuck. All right, I guess I'm going to be like 10 minutes late." And then I got hit by the third world country traffic because there was a random parade going on in the middle of the street. So traffic was just kind of OD. And then not only that, I got kind of lost at the end. So that was kind of my fault. So that was why I got really, really late. So I should have been there like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, that's what happened.
So
you're a fucking idiot, is what I'm hearing.
Phil, sign us off.
Moderately.
Sign us
Guys,
off.
you obviously know this episode. Good God Almighty!
Well, this was our best episode.
This was a fantastic episode. I'm not gonna lie, this was a good episode. It's a shame Cosmos couldn't make it on time, but you know I have no doubt he'll be back bright and early for next week's episode. Just like I'm hope all of you guys will. Just to get a shout out real quick, it will be a little video at the start of this particular video. Nyte actually powering this episode. Make sure you guys give Nyte a follow on Twitter. We'll talk about that more next week, but he's awesome, a big fan of the show and a big supporter. If you want to see us do things overseas, make sure you show him some love on Twitter. Like I said, we would greatly appreciate it, so drop him some love. And of course, it's been a great episode. Thank you again, Coney, for coming on. I mean, just insight, laughs, and great information that Cosmos did not share with. But you know what? I will say, my man Cosmos, when it comes to color people time, your face is right there in the dictionary for it, bro. So I appreciate that.
BPT, baby.
There it is. That'll do it for Lights Out. We'll see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed the content, and peace. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. See ya.